This is WKRC-TV Channel 12 Cincinnati. It's 12 midnight. This is Eyewitness 12 News with Anchorman Nick Looney, Weather with Eric Warren, and Sports with Don Barrows. Good evening, everybody, and good morning. I'm Nick Looney on this Tuesday morning, December 23rd, 1986, and here's what's happening now with this news. The night report. In Cincinnati, top story, an act of Congress allowing Kentucky authorities to wage a new kind of electronic warfare against speeders on a stretch of interstate highway just over the Ohio border that is known locally as Death Hill. Yesterday, officials switched on 5 unmanned radar beacon position and see motorists with radar detectors and devices are in large gray metal boxes and poles. Supposedly, the radar signal should trick the speeders into thinking a squad and the police are monitoring the road. The experiment began in time for this all-day traffic crash in Interstate 71 and 75, which combined in Cincinnati across the Ohio River and then stayed together for about 20 miles south of the city. About 90,000 vehicles travel throughout the corridor each day, a number that increases dramatically during the holiday season because the highways form a main path linking the Great Lakes region to Florida's beaches. Interstate 71 connects Cleveland, Columbus to Cincinnati and the point south. Interstate 75 links to Detroit, Toledo, and Dayton to the south, and Interstate 7 which ends at 75 and Cincinnati brings the traffic from Indianapolis. Please predict 2-hour traffic types that wait on the interstate that approaches the Spence Bridge. Traffic stalls where the interstates funnel together in downtown Cincinnati for the bridge crescent which leads to Death Hill. Kentucky transportation officials said today installed the radars last summer and turned them on for a few weeks, but were ordered to switch the beacons off by the Federal Communications Commission. Dale Apple, a Kentucky traffic technician, said the FCC had a rule that prohibited the use of unmanned police radar. Congress overrode the rule October 17 by inserting a clause in the drug bill that permitted the Kentucky experiment. Apple said that several other states are watching to see if speeding drops. Our theory is that speeders will pick up the signals of the radar detectors and they will know if a police officer is out there. Apple said most of the time there will be a police car, but nobody will know when they will. Apple said he got an idea for the beacons while cattle cars and highways. He said he noticed cars would slow when he switched on the scanner, which is basically the same as a police radar gun. I'm not a cop, but people sure hit the brakes when they picked up my signal. He said I'd see him drop down to 55 from the 70s. The highway section is called Death Hill because it is the scene of some numerous fatal crashes shortly before the radar units were turned on yesterday, 9:32 a.m. A crash injured a woman whose car skidded in the truck. Death Hill is a steep, twisting incline up from the Spence Bridge. Fog often covers the valley and rain makes the permanent slick. Snow and ice get to turn the surface or a ski slope. Last summer, Kentucky Governor Martha Lane called banned traffic trail Wiggins from traveling north down Death Hill because of crashes. She ordered the truck to use a bypass around Cincinnati. Several suburbs have threatened laws to lift the truck ban, saying calls ordered put hazards on the bypass Interstate 275. Kentucky State Police Sergeant Joe Whalen estimated 20% of the cars traveling in the interstate system use radar detectors, but if you use one to cheat on Death Hill, you're really asking for trouble because it's so dangerous. Whalen said there's a lot of curves that you can come around one of the speed limit, you can crash into someone if they slow down. He said an incline adds to the risk. When you step on your brakes, we're gonna slide even this dry. You can't stop on a dime. Whalen said there's been so many fatal accidents on the hill that I just lost count. In Cincinnati, holiday motorists can avoid a congested and hazardous stretch of Interstate 75 and 71 just over the Ohio border in Kentucky and the main route to Florida and back by using Interstate 471 across the Ohio River. Cincinnati and Kentucky police are bracing for 2 hours more in the traffic jams near the Spence Bridge and Interstate 71-75 crossing as traffic peaks because of the Christmas season. To get on to Interstate 471, which is close to truck traffic, follow Interstate 71 moving route from Cleveland and Columbus into downtown Cincinnati. Then take Interstate 471 exchange over the river and follow to Interstate 275 west. Eventually Interstate 275 connects with southbound 971 and 755. I-40 said the bypass avoids most of the bridge congestion to the so-called Death Hill dangerous twisting portion of the interstate system directly south of Cincinnati. Peter Wiggins, Eyewitness 12 News.
Why would I want to do a duet with you?
In Cincinnati, an ominous donor has given $1 million to support the endowed professorship in the University of Cincinnati Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. The university announced yesterday. In Cincinnati, a vice president of Ohio Deposit Guarantee Fund said today that the Home State Savings Bank yesterday executives ignored repeated warnings to reduce their holdings with a Florida securities deal before Home State collapsed in 1985. Charles Mablin, who supervised the fund's examiner, told prosecution attorneys that Home State was warned beginning in February 1982 to reduce its investments with ESM, Government Securities Incorporated of Fort Lauderdale home state was the single largest investor of ESM for the securities transactions. The state chartered in her home state collapsed 4 days after ESM was closed by the Securities and Exchange Commission for insolvency. May Millman was the second witness to testify today, following former home state director Bob Brown yesterday as the trial ended its 6th week in Hamilton County. Common Police Court. Brown, a former Cincinnati TV personality, opened the prosecution's presentation yesterday. Because of Christmas, the trial session in this week only. For today, both witnesses asked about the home state's investments whose ESM moves collapsed profit and home states failed in March 1985 and triggered the temporary closing of Ohio's ever apparently insured state chartered savings and loan institution. Maitland said the OTGF, a private insurer, the Cincinnati-based home state and over state chartered savings and loans began winning about home state ceilings and ESM in May 1980. Maitland said at a later date of July 1st, 1982, stated that the ODGF concerns we are now most disturbed that you have not followed on a recommendation to restructure your investments. Elliot Brown was about home state's investments with ESM, he testified before. Reports were made in the home state board specified how much money should be invested, but did not always say which the company's investments were being made. We felt rather proud of what the company was doing. Because of all the information we've been given, we thought the company was doing very well. Brown, now a TV broadcaster in Los Angeles, was the host of the regional variety program. Brown and Company was canceled the fall of 1984. Former home state owner Marvin Warner, 670 home state president David Shavel, 56, and Burton Bongard, 45, were on trial in charge of misspent funds by allegedly making investments with ESM without informing home state board. The board passed a resolution in April 1982 to restrict transactions of ESM. Walmart Eyewitness 12 News. In Columbus, in a 5-2 decision on one of Justice Cotton, one of the most important decisions of a judicial career, the Ohio Supreme Court yesterday struck down as unconstitutional law that limits the amount of time children have to file medical malpractice suits. Lawyers representing the medical profession predict that pediatricians, obstetricians, and children's households will be devastated by the ruling, and the lawyer said the legislature will be introduced next year to supersede the decision. Meanwhile, plaintiffs, the lawyer said numerous malpractice cases are now going in court as a result of the ruling. The high number of cases of many lawyers' offices then were not filed because the statute of limitation and run by themselves probably grabbed them off this shelf and filed them. Particular lawyer Mark Lyon, who found in the brief in the case of the behalf of the Ohio Academy of Trial Lawyers. The justice struck down in 4-year time on limit on the filing of malpractice cases involving the minors on yesterday's decision. No matter what the medical procedure was performed, minors have until their 19th birthday to file suit. They had not learned that their alleged malpractice at 18th birthday. They have 1 year from the date of discovery until their 22nd birthday, wherever it comes first. Two of them came in 21 cases, one in which it involves a 16-year-old former Cleveland resident, Melissa Weinstein, who suffers learning disabilities allegedly as a result of the botch. Living in 1917, Page Martin, the lawyer for the Weinstein family, held the decision as an absolutely major giant step for the justice. Martin said the girl's family was under the misimpression that they had until her 13th birthday to file a lawsuit. She said the lower court squared out the suit because it was not filed by the time the girl was 4 years old. In Ohio, the Ohio State will attempt today to override Governor Celeste's veto of a comprehensive tort reform and insurance regulation bill that backers would be making more commercial liability insurance more available and affordable. The veto and its possibly override have become a mega time since it will become between Celeste and his fellow Democratic powerful House Speaker Reynolds G. Riff Jr. Celeste vetoed the bill Friday, saying that he objected to the last-minute insertion of the product liability sections he called anti-consumer. Celeste said he could sign an identical bill if they excluded product liability language. What about consumer and labor groups that veto angered Raffle, DA9 of New Boston would call for its override because of the bill originating in the Senate. The chamber must consider veto first. Senator President Paul E. Gilmore of Port Clinton, Republican 2, who voted for the bill last month, said the Senate will consider the override after caucus today. He said the vote would be very close, but he kind of predicted himself yesterday would concur that the vote will be close. Senate Minority Leader Harry Marshall, Democrat and 33, and Youngstown, who opposed the bill, said he didn't believe that the moment in the bill's records had mustered enough votes to back Celeste. At this point, I don't think they have enough votes to. Senator Leah Fisher, Democrat 25, and Stray Cats, a member of the conference committee that advised the veto bill, but will vote against it. I think they will push comes to shove. The veto will be sustained upheld. Mitchell had charged that the Senate GOP had paralyzed support of the bill to finance help the campaign on November 21st. The Senate approved it. Bill 2010 with 3 members, all likely opponents of the bill absent.
Growing old, waiting for your wrinkle cream to work?
The Ohio Republican Interest Campaign has charged that proposed changes in Ohio public liability law compromise the most anti-victim and anti-consumer legislation in the country. The changes in the bill that Governor Celeste will be vetoed last Friday and when the General Assembly may enact this week. OPIC, which claims to be the state's largest consumer organization charged by the proposal, was an attempt by the insurance industry and big corporations to increase products buying limited in consumer rents. In a sharply worded statement, respondent House Speaker Vernal G. Whiff Jr. who backs the changes. OPEC claims that Riff was given inaccurate and misleading information about the proposal to change if he once would return oil to the days of let the buyer beware. OPEC says simply denied on all the workers union community action program prior to last veto said the UAW veto preserves workers legal and keeps the place legal to turn to unsafe practices. Initially approved by each house, but the bill didn't include product liability provisions. They were added by 6 members Senate House Conference Number 19 2 days before the Senate and House part of the compromise bill country devised. Rivy had said on Friday that the committees of each House and heard product liability bills and getting early this year. But all picked in and analyzed by the UAW Special Counsel Jay Harrison, Bernard K. Bauer, responding by the proposal more completely different from the section that had prompted Celestin Vito's power was president of our Academy of Trial Lawyers was proposed this bill. Also, Lyman Celestin Vito, for different reasons, was a leading conservative Republican. Representative William G. Butcher, III, Republican, for a Medano rejected the additional regulation of insurers. In a statement released by his office bachelor, denied the bill could reduce the insurance rates. That's a real way to decrease the rates and provide more stability in the marketplace to quit fiddling with the legal system. Legislature and the Supreme Court of Ohio made changes over about 30 of them, which expand liability in the last decade alone. Bachelor said that no one who knows from one month to the next what the tort law of the state of Ohio is, particularly the absence of rate setting and absence, the only thing which is predictable in the certain higher insurance rate. Bachelor said that no one could know if the product liability of the proposal might be good. Fairfield, Ohio, an explosion apparently fueled by leaking natural gas to a house early yesterday killed a woman and injured her husband. Unusually employed city officials said the city occupants of 2025 neighboring homes in the southwestern Ohio City were evacuated precaution, but most were allowed to return by midday. City manager Robert Garrett said, however, the 3 homes near the Detroit house were so heavily damaged that the city will not allow them to be reoccupied until they are repaired. Garrett said, the bus shuttered here with shattered glass. It looked like a war zone. There was debris all over the place. The foundation was even caved in. Garrett, who lives about 5 blocks from the scene, was waking the blast about 12:45 a.m. Investigators determined the gas line owned by the municipal utility nearby Hamilton had been leaking in the area. Garrett said, because of the gas at night, we haven't figured out, he said. Police advised today a woman is Martha Zeke, 35, of Fairfield, her husband, Merrill, 48, and Cincinnati Gas and Electric Company employee Clifford Green, 39, of Middletown, were in fair condition. It's confessed in Cincinnati Hospital. Green men checking and reported on gas order. The Zeke said heated their home electrically. Garrett said Mayor's gas might have been permanent for $5,000. We don't know what the initial source of that because that's no service. Garrett said Al Shepard, Hamilton's assistant city manager, said the gas line was not designed so that cuts along with the street where the explosion occurred. We can't make all the determination until we find the cause. There may even have gas line there because of the city of Hamilton, the Shepard said. But the city of Hamilton, if it is responsible, will certainly be involved in the property owners that suffered damage and our insurance carried in fact on the scene given information. It certainly is a tragic situation at this time this year, he said. Shepard said that Hamilton spent about $3 million this year to replace the old gas mains. He said the city was trying to determine how much time elapsed between the discovery of the gas leak and the explosion.